I'm Dr. Dave Janda. Welcome back to the Operation Freedom Health and Wellness series. We are we're about to start almost coming up on our 5th anniversary of Dr. Glidden and I doing these presentations. Dr. Glidden is one of the top naturopathic physicians, not just in our country, but the world. I have an MD degree, an allopathic medicine degree. I'm a retired orthopedic surgeon. Big pharma, big medicine, big insurance, big government does not want this discussion between a naturopathic physician and an allopathic physician to occur. They want us to be punching each other out and not providing you information that empowers you. Why? Because in empowering you, we're showing you and giving you indications and recommendations in how to stay out of the clutches of the medical industrial complex. Big pharma, big medicine like the AMA, big insurance, big government, big hospital. They don't want you to know any of this, but we do. And that's what makes what we do very unique. There's no other presentation like this on the internet or frankly in the world. And that should not be the case, but it is the case. Today we're going to talk about nutrients and skin health. Now, you might say skin health, acne, eczema, liver spots, just to name a couple, 3. But and I have to be very careful in how I word this because of the censors. Over the past 2 years, since this came along, there have been huge increases of skin pathology, skin health related issues. And Pete and I today want to discuss with you how nutritional support can, if you will, address the health and welfare, if you will, of your skin. Now, for those of you not familiar with Dr. Glidden, as I mentioned, he's one of the top naturopathic physicians in our country, if not the world, a top researcher, and a phenomenal author. His 2 books, Attempt to Cure with Holistic Medicine and Everybody is Sick and I Know Why, are mandatory reading. They should be the foundation of your medical library in your home. Those books are in the Janda household. You can buy them, purchase them at drglidden, Glidden.com or Amazon, but better to go to drglidden.com, which also has a wealth of information, as does our website, operationfreedomhealth.com. Now, full disclosure, the products we discuss in these presentations, in addition to a wealth of other information, is available on operationfreedomhealth.com. There is no sense talking about this if we don't give you an outlet to purchase what we're speaking about. And full disclosure, purchase of those products does support this platform. It's my honor to welcome back Dr. Peter Glidden. Pete, welcome back.
Dave, it's always a pleasure. Right in the thick of summer, the dog days of summer. You know that you know where that term came from?
No idea.
So there was this is a deep rabbit hole. So I'll only go around the outer rim of the event horizon. So there's the brightest star in the night sky is called Sirius, Sirius.
Okay.
And Sirius is actually a binary star. And it's 2 stars orbiting around each other. And it wasn't until, I think, the 1940s that scientists discovered that Sirius was, in fact, a binary star, but they couldn't see it with a regular telescope. They had to see it with a radio telescope.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
This was before we had Hubble.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, you can't see it with the naked eye. You can't see it with a telescope. You can only see it with a radio telescope. Well, it's a binary star. There's a tribe in Africa called the Dogon tribe. The Dogon mythology is their origin story is that they came from Sirius B.
Oh.
And the Dogon have been around for, a long time. And they knew about Sirius B. And also they're called the Dogon tribe. And the word dog, believe it or not, is entomologically unique. There are no known antecedents anywhere in the world, in any language of the world, including Sanskrit, for the origin of the word dog. Nobody knows where it came from. And it's in many different languages, derivations of it. So Sirius is referred to as the dog star because of the Dogon people. And that's why when Sirius is high in the sky, which is this time of the year in the northern hemisphere,
the dog days of summer.
It's the dog days of summer. How about that?
That's fascinating.
It is fascinating.
Did you just channel Carl Sagan there for a minute?
No, Carl Sagan was would not have been okay with that information.
Oh,
Carl Sagan was an extraterrestrial, denier. At first, Carl Sagan was all about, there's room in the world.
Billions and billions of stars.
So big, billions, right?
Yeah.
But then he backtracked because the mainstream got to him. They don't want people to know that there's extraterrestrials amongst us. And it sounds a little fringe to say it out loud. But as far as I'm concerned, the truth of the matter is, if you do not believe in extraterrestrials, you're simply not paying attention. You're simply not paying attention. The evidence is overwhelming, but not in the mainstream, just like the stuff that we talk about, not in the mainstream.
Well, let's talk about overwhelming evidence as it relates to nutritional support and skin health, because many believe those two entities, nutritional support and skin health, are there's absolutely no linkage. In fact, there's complete direct linkage, Pete.
Well, you can't fix stupid, and inside of the scientific paradigm that people grow up in that most PhDs and doctors in this country are inside of, it's really impossible for them, or very, very not impossible. It's very difficult for them to go outside of that box, even though the evidence is strong and compelling. Oh, not enough research. Oh, it wasn't a double-blinded. Oh, there was only one research study. Oh, there was only 5 research studies. Oh, there was only 10. Oh, the World Health Organization does not sanction this. Blah, 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 blah. And on we go. I mean, the history is filled with really bad stories about cognitive dissonance. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole.
No, we better not.
The simple fact of the matter is that all chronic diseases, including diseases of the skin, are directly related to nutrient deficiencies and toxic overload of the human body and consistent consumption of all the wrong foods. So I'm not going to lie, it was in the last couple of months at my website, drglidden.com. I have a live chat feature twice a week. And somebody came into the live chat who had really bad psoriasis for like head to toe for a long time. Been on an immunosuppressive drug because that's what conventional medicine does. Conventional medical doctors, dermatologists, MD, general practitioners believe that you went to bed on Monday, you were perfectly healthy, and you woke up on Tuesday, your immune system was attacking itself, and in this case, creating psoriasis, psoriatic lesions on the skin. Well, why did that happen? Nobody asks that question.
Right.
Instead, we just go into, let's take drugs that suppress the immune system. Well, okay, that's a stupid idea, but nonetheless, that's the standard of care. So anyway, long story short, this woman did the immunosuppressive therapy for a couple of months. Then she started developing side effects from it, so she stopped it. She got on board with the medical nutrition program, and within the course of 6 weeks, I think, because psoriasis is completely gone.
Wow.
At another patient, this was a patient of mine, about 4 weeks ago, she was telling me her health history, and she had a really bad case of eczema in her entire adult life. I think for 30 plus years.
No.
And nothing, it did not yield to any treatment. And the medical doctors finally said, look, the only thing we can do now is chemotherapy. That's what we're going to do. Chemotherapy. It's the only thing we've got for your eczema. Thank God she found me somehow. She started a treatment, a holistic treatment, medical nutrition treatment, and within 6 weeks, I think it was 8 weeks. No, I think it was 8 weeks. Her eczema was completely gone.
Wow.
Completely gone. She'd had it most of her adult life. And it was so bad, medical doctors, no idea. Let's do chemotherapy, for goodness sake.
Right.
So now this isn't because, I'm a genius. It's because I and my colleagues have our fingers on the pulse of natural law.
Right.
And that's a bell that you can't unring.
No.
And again, this isn't rocket science. So here's the breakdown. If you have chronic acne, you're not a teenager. As an adult, you have chronic acne as an adult. The first thing to consider is that you have a blood sugar imbalance issue. Because there's bacteria in the bloodstream all the time. And if there's sugar in the bloodstream and your body can't get it out of the bloodstream into the cells fast enough, which it wants to do, the sugar is supposed to go inside the cell, out of the blood, inside the cell to give the cell energy. If that process has become curtailed, the sugar lingers in the blood, feeds the bacteria, boom, you get acne. The first thing to consider is it is a blood sugar imbalance. So what do? We give the healthy blood sugar pack, which is a combination of nutrients designed to support and promote your body's ability to metabolize sugar effectively. Well, geez, that's a good idea. And eliminate food that's coming up the works from your diet. Give it a couple months, and 9 times out of 10, it goes away. Eczema, the most common cause. So acne as a teenager is a liver issue because your liver is involved with the metabolism of hormones, and your hormones are kind of just coming into the foreground when you're a teenager, and if your liver is a little sluggish, which everybody's liver is, by the way, your liver's going to have a hard time normalizing your hormones appropriate for your body age. So we would give the healthy blood sugar pack again, plus liver support. And in this case, the liver support would be the trace mineral selenium as a standalone product, and the good herbs liver and gallbladder support for two months max. Usually as a teenager, that's all that you need. And it goes away. Eczema, the most common cause of an eczematous condition, is a deficiency in omega-3 essential fats. Because your skin needs omega-3 essential fats, just like your bones need calcium, plus a bunch of other things. Well, if you're deficient in omega-3 essential fats, your skin is going to be unhealthy, and your body is going to be unable to put out the fires of inflammation, which are a natural occurrence of just walking down the road of life. So in the case of eczema, eczematous conditions, we would give the healthy foundation pack plus extra EFAs. Bada bing, bada boom, a couple of months, it goes away, and you eliminate the 12 bad foods. Now, in infants, the most common cause of eczema is essential fatty acid deficiencies and an allergic response to wheat.
Interesting. To wheat. Okay.
I've seen eczematous conditions in infants go away without any nutritional supplementation whatsoever, just by removing wheat from the diet.
Wow.
That's it. That's all you did. No more wheat. I don't care if it's whole wheat. I don't care if it's Ezekiel bread. I don't care if it's wheat that grew in King Tut's tomb. If it's wheat, you don't eat it. And if your child is eczematous, you have to remove that stuff completely. And why not give extra essential fatty acids? Because the child needs them. In the case of psoriasis, this is where it gets a little tricky. Because psoriasis tends to be a function of a breakdown in the small intestine, which is the border between the inside and the outside of the body.
Right.
It's actually where our immune systems live, right? Right there in the gut. It's immune central headquarters. A lot of people don't know that. So we do therapeutics that support and promote the health of the small intestine.
Okay.
And we give extra essential fatty acids and antioxidants for the skin. So in this case, the recipe would be the healthy foundation pack, an extra EFAs, and a really fascinating product called Ultimate Microbiome. And the intention of the Ultimate Microbiome is to nutrify the small intestine and to help it heal itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like if you have burn on your skin and you put aloe on it,
Mm-hmm.
soothes it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
heals it faster than it would if you did nothing to it. It's the same with the ultimate microbiome. So we clean up the diet, we take the supplements as indicated, wait a couple months, and look to see what happens. And, there are exceptions to the rule, Dave, because this isn't a blanket.
Right.
And everybody's different, but I'm going to say that over 60, maybe even 70% of the time, these therapeutics are the only thing that people need to do. Why? Because you don't have eczema or acne or psoriasis because you have a bad gene,
Right.
or because you're getting older,
Right.
or because you have a voodoo curse.
Right.
You have it for all these other reasons: toxemia, consistent consumption of all the wrong foods, and egregious lack of nutrients. And by egregious, I mean egregious, like really bad lack of nutrients. Now, here's the bonus to everything that we do. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's called holistic medicine for a reason, because everything's connected.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is how many nutrients you need, this is how many you have, and then your skin starts to suffer, guaranteed there are other things that have gone wrong that you've gotten used to, and you think that's just life. Oh, you can't sleep through the night. Oh, your energy crashes at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, your knee hurts like a son of a gun. Oh, you got headaches 5 times a month. Whatever. You follow the program that you're doing for the skin condition, and 10 times out of 10, other things will improve because it's a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
And when you nutrify the body,
Mm-hmm.
and stop putting crap into it by way of eating all the wrong food, well, guess what? Your body likes that,
Mm-hmm.
and it responds, and bada bing, bada boom, everybody's happy. I mean, it's really so ridiculously easy. I'm amazed that more people are not doing it.
Liver spots.
Yeah.
I was speaking to someone the other day and said, hey, Dave, I noticed on your hands you don't have these, quote, liver spots. And everybody that's getting older has liver spots. What, do you just have really good genes?
Yeah, they're Levi's.
The Levi, you're right. Actually, Kirkland, Costco.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you go.
Costco genes.
Costco.
We love Costco. What would we do without Costco?
I would have a hard time.
I would have a hard time also. I guess we're not moving to Patagonia anytime soon.
No. So liver spots.
All right, so liver spots are called liver spots. They don't have anything to do with your liver.
No.
People think, oh my God, my liver's a no. They're called liver spots because they're the same color as your liver.
Mm-hmm.
More or less. I don't know how they got that name. It must have been, people that did a lot of autopsies. Probably kind of inserted that into the medical literature. I don't know. But a liver spot is rancid fat. How's that for exciting news? Your skin has layers of fat in it, the intention of which are to insulate your body from environmental temperature.
Mm-hmm.
And the fat in your body, in your skin, can become rancid if there are too many free radicals in your blood.
Mm-hmm.
And a free radical is something that causes oxidative damage.
Mm-hmm.
Free radicals are everywhere all the time. They're in the air, they're in the water, they're in the food, chemicals that get into the human body. All kinds of toxic substances that get into the body. You breathe an automobile exhaust, you get free radicals in your body. You eat food that's been grown with herbicides, you get free radicals in your body. They're everywhere all the time. And your body has a fire department,
Mm-hmm.
the intention of which is to neutralize the free radicals, because the free radicals cause inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
So if the fire department of your body is weak,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't have enough nutrient,
Mm-hmm.
and if you are unwittingly consuming food that has high in free radicals, and the biggest donors in this case would be oil in a bottle and anything fried. Fried food is a super donator of free radicals, So you got free radicals going up, you got the fire department going down, and you're going to get liver spots because it's oxidative damage to the fat in the skin, and that's no good. Now, here's a really interesting fun fact to know and tell. The guy that I learned this from was a pathologist, amongst other things, and he did thousands of human autopsies, maybe even tens of thousands of human autopsies. And he said, if you've got 10 liver spots on the outside of your skin, when you peel that skin back, you got 110 on the inside of the skin, because it goes from the inside to the outside. So you don't want to have any liver spots, and liver spots are a direct indication that there's too much free radical damage. So what do we do to fix that? Well, we nutrify the whole body.
The foundation pack. 90 essential nutrients. Yeah.
We strengthen the fire department of the body with selenium. Because selenium is like the captain of the fire department in the body. And we consume either food or nutritional supplements that are high in antioxidants. And that's how antioxidants got their name, because free radicals cause oxidative damage. Antioxidants neutralize that damage. And antioxidants are measured by something called ORAC, which is an acronym for oxygen radical absorption capacity. Now, the average American consumes 1,500 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. 1,500. The longest lived people in the world, in the blue zone, consume 25,000. We get 1,500 and we die in our 80s. They get 25,000 or more and they live to be over 100. Coincidence? No. So consumption of foods or nutritional supplements high in ORAC value is one of the keys to longevity. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. Dark-skinned fruits like blueberries, acai berries. Acai berries are amongst the highest in ORAC of any food on planet Earth. Chocolate, and I don't mean Hershey's chocolate, I mean chocolate.
Dark chocolate, yeah.
Dark chocolate, very high in ORAC value. The Vilcabamba people in Peru were amongst the longest lived indigenous people on the planet, and they had chocolate, 3 times a day.
Yep.
But it wasn't Hershey's chocolate. They were getting massive amounts of antioxidants. Now, this is one of I love helping people with skin things because you can see the change. So the liver spots fade, the eczematous condition fades, the acne eruptions fade, the psoriasis plaques fade, and that's a beautiful thing. And this motivates people more than anything, really, to maintain the discipline with the program, because there's nothing like results. So it all boils down to the Healthy Foundation Pack plus a little extra of this or a little extra of that, depending on what it is that you're dealing with.
Healthy Foundation Pack is available at OperationFreedomHealth.com. The components of it, Pete, that comprise the 90 essential nutrients?
So there's Eye of Newt.
Yeah.
There's 4 things. One is a multivitamin, multi-mineral antioxidant powder called Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Another is a liquid calcium supplement called Beyond OsteoFX, the most absorbable calcium supplement I've ever seen. The third, and perhaps the most important part of the program, is liquid plant-derived minerals, which deliver 66% of your body's nutrient needs. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And the final is fish oil capsules, which give you 2 of the essential fatty acids. And when you put all of these together, you get 100%, not 90, not 80, not 50, not 16, 100% of your body's nutrient needs in formulas that you can actually absorb. And
Which
this is
the key.
Yeah, and this stuff is I could tell people to take anything because that's what my profession does. I mean, we're the gatekeepers to the nutritional supplement industry.
Right.
I've got access to nutritional supplement companies that you can't access if you're a layperson. I only sell this stuff to doctors, and the products that are offered at Operation Freedom Health are the best products in the world. In the world, clinically verified, in my 35 years now of clinical experience. And so you'd be a little silly to try to shop somewhere else for this, because number one, you wouldn't be able to put together all 90 essential nutrients and afford it. Number two, you wouldn't be able to take that much in pill form every day. You couldn't do it. You couldn't swallow that much.
No.
And number three, it wouldn't nearly be as absorbable as this stuff is. This stuff is like, like a Tesla is a completely different automobile than a regular automobile. Completely different. That's what these nutritional supplements are like. It is a whole nother level of nutrition.
And as far as the food intake side, you've developed a video, which is free on operationfreedomhealth.com in the upper right-hand corner, entitled The 12 Bad Foods.
Yeah.
So we got the 12 bad foods to stay away from. We have the foundation pack available at operationfreedomhealth.com. You mentioned the blood sugar pack, also available on operationfreedomhealth.com. The components of that pack, Pete?
The only thing that's extra in the blood sugar pack is a product called Ultimate Sweeties.
Okay.
And Sweeties is a combination of minerals and herbs, the intention of which is to upregulate your body's ability to metabolize sugar.
That's right. So that it's in the cell, not in the bloodstream.
Very effective.
Yeah.
Supplement. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you got the gasoline tank in the car, and you got the hose that goes to the engine. If the hose is clogged, the engine's not going to run good.
You're going nowhere fast.
And sugar isn't the Antichrist. A lot of people think that it is. It's not. It's your body's ability to metabolize sugar, which is 100% nutrient dependent.
That's right. Pete, educate our listeners on your books and your website, drglidden.com.
Well, I've got two books. The first of which was called Everybody is Sick and I Know Why. And it gives people an overview of why we have such horrible health outcomes here, not only in the United States, but in all industrialized nations. And the second book is called Attempt to Cure with Holistic Medicine. It picks up where I left off with Everybody is Sick, kind of completes that story, and then has medical nutritional solutions for over 88 different illnesses. So it's kind of like a self-help health recovery Bible of sorts, and walks you through what to do if you've got one of 88 different illnesses, at least to begin with, because there's fundamental things that people should do initially, but nobody's been taught this. And more's the pity. And I got to tell you something, Dave, man, this isn't rocket science. One of the things that the medical mob did in the early 1900s was they made medicine seem so unbelievably intellectually complicated because it was beyond the reach of most people. It's not.
No, I agree.
Surgery's complicated, but learning how to help the body fix itself, it's not.
No, that's right.
And I line all of that up in the book. And the website has the same information that's in the book, but there's a lot of video content. Which, some people are video learners, some people are text learners, whatever. Plus, we have live chats on the website and fun information that was not available in the book. So all combined, the intention of all of my information is to educate people about how to extract themselves from the pharmaceutical medical model. With science-based, clinically verified strategies that have been developed by myself and my colleagues over hundreds of years. It's a good read.
It's a great read, and it's of huge, huge benefit to anyone and everyone who gets a copy of those books. Pete, I'd like to thank you for everything you have done, are doing, and will do. As we mentioned, the products mentioned here are available, as well as further information, OperationFreedomHealth.com. And, of course, the free video on the 12 bad foods is also available on OperationFreedomHealth.com, upper right-hand corner of the homepage. And, of course, there's drglidden.com for further information. I'd like to thank you, Pete, for, again, everything you have done, are doing, and will do. And thank you, folks, for joining us today. Until next time, Dave Janda signing off. Dream big and dare to fail. Thanks for your time today.